Hello, guys. My name is Luis Benitez. I am the Student Government Association election commissioner, and I am here presenting y'all today the first senatorial meet and greet. So, um, with that being said, just to give you all a little rundown of how this is going to go, each one of our senators will be going up to speak for a time period of up to 2 minutes. And within this time period, basically what's going to be happening is that they will be presenting their platform and presenting themselves to the constituents, which are y'all. And after the senators go through their 2 minute introductions, we will be asking them questions generated by the student body, and they just have to answer one of these questions within 1 minute. And after that, that will conclude our event. But with that being said, let's get started. Casey, would you like to go up?
Yes. All right. Hello, I'm KCM Ennis. I'm running for a Senate seat for the College of Health and Public Service. I'm currently a sophomore as an emergency administration and planning major with a minor in public administration. I'm very passionate about public safety and how we can make UNT students and future students welcome, comfortable, and most importantly, safe and healthy. Emergency management is a primary topic of mine since my major revolves around the concept of mitigating disasters and being prepared for an emergency, which is extremely relevant with the current COVID-19 crisis facing us now. So educating students on what they might face on campus, as well as life, for them to take proactive action could really make a difference. Cycling safety is also another thing I'm passionate about. I bike around campus very often, so working with cyclists to protect themselves as well as protect the thousands of other students also walking around. The environment is an extremely important topic for me. So having more green initiatives and campaigns on campus is something I'd really love to work on, even though on campus the work we do might not be large in scale. It's the concept of educating and having a ripple effect of a green lifestyle outside of the university that would make it easier for us to all transition to low carbon living. And healthy eating is my final point, as it's a day-to-day predicament for all of us. And since freshman year, I've also consistently struggled to find diverse range of eating options on campus. And that's something I really want to work on as a senator for the College of Health and Public Service. Thank you for my time to speak.
All right, that's perfect. Now, will David, would you like to go up as well?
Yeah. Hey, UNT. My name is David Muniz, and I am running for the Senate seat for the College of Science. So I am double majoring in math and political science. I want to be a teacher one day. So shout out to the Teach North Texas program. So my campaign is around three big major points: creating a more inclusive environment for our students, increasing campus safety measurements so all students feel safe on campus, and promoting more student discussion. So let's talk about creating a more inclusive environment. The big issue currently today is that students are not being part of the decision-making process, and we need to change that. So that is why I'm running for Senate. We need students to be involved. That's the whole point of SGA, is to be your voice. And I'm going to do the best of my ability to make sure that that happens. Campus safety. A lot of my friends tell me that they carry pepper spray of keychains with them all times. That should not be the case at all. Students should not feel that they're not safe enough on campus. So that is why I am going to fight for campus safety measurements to be increased, like increasing emergency poles or phones, making sure that we have more lighting on campus. The last thing is promoting more student discussion. Like I said earlier, students need to be part of the decision-making process. Decisions are being made without students' input, and that needs to change. So I'm proposing that we pass a bill with the House, reinstating the House of Representatives. We need students to have a bigger platform to give to SGA so we have a better understanding of what we need to get done. Another thing is transparency. Transparency is a word that's used a lot, but it needs to be practiced. So we need to change how we are outreaching to students, how information is being sent to the student body, because if they don't know what's going on, then how can they get involved? So I'm David, and I look forward in this upcoming week to campaigning with y'all, and I hope you stay safe and visit my website, tinyurl.com/Muniz for Senate.
All right. Thank you, David. Now, with that being said, Grant, would you like to go up next?
Hello, my name is Grant Johnson, and I want to first of all say I hope everyone is doing okay and staying safe out there during this chaotic time in our country. I am running for senator for the College of Liberal Arts or Social Sciences class. As your senator, besides listening to your voice and knowing what improvements we can make here at UNT, I really want to tackle the issue mental health, bring an awareness to it and help combating with that. I will partner with the UNT administration and the UNT Health and Wellness Center to offer more programs such as more counseling sessions, town halls, and forums to help educate us on what we can do, what causes mental health illness, and what we can do to combat it for our fellow students who are suffering with this at this time. Another issue I want to tackle is to make sure that no racial discrimination of any kind is tolerated at UNT, whether it be committed by a staff member or by a student. It should not and will not be tolerated if I'm your senator. Again, besides writing legislation that helps ensure this, I will also partner with any other senator who, if elected, I will partner with them to include any bills and help pass any bills that will include diversity and inclusiveness throughout all UNT. Again, you can follow me at Twitter at GrantJohnson157 to see more messages and hopefully get to connect with y'all more during this campaign week. Again, my name is Grant Johnson, and thank you for this time.
Thank you, Grant. With that being said, Hector, would you like to go up next?
So my name is Hector Morales. I'm running for Senate for the College of Health and Public Service. My platform is, as David has said before, it's transparency. So one of the issues that is known is that a lot of information is hard to come by. So that is one thing that I was trying to become easier. So students are more able to find the information they're trying to find about the college. So whether it be an email list that students are able to join, or just making it any way possible for them to find it more easier. Another thing that I find should be improved is how local elected officials deal with student residents that live around Denton. Many of us live around Denton, whether it be on campus or off-campus housing. Many of us live there and vote in Denton. And many of the times we vote for local officials that we don't know. So I feel like it would be helpful to bring local officials onto campus, whether it be for their campaigning or just throughout their tenure in office, so students know that they are representing us, and to keep them accountable and to keep on just learning more about them and to bring word around them. Another issue that I want to bring out is issues of minorities. So I want it to be known that UNT has a safe culture towards DACA recipients, whether it be undocumented or any race, religion, or any culture. So I want to maintain that and to improve upon that and be an advocate for minorities or any race, regardless of anything. And thank you.
Thank you, Hector. With moving forward from here, Kevin, would you like to go up?
Yeah, here. Yes. Okay, so hello, my name is Kevin Kim, and I'm running for senator for the Texas Academy of Math and Science, which is a high school program for high school juniors and seniors to get college credit at UNT while providing many opportunities here. So the problem we have at TAMS is because we are high school students, there are so many restrictions and just unfair barriers for our student organizations when they want to hold events or just do anything in general, right? So through a policy of transparency and openness, I want to have clear communication with the student body and the school administration in order to bridge that gap that is missing and that is hurting the student organizations here at TAMS. Also, I want to work directly with these student organizations to write draft bills as they need to address the issues they face, whether it be using their budget or just not having enough freedom to be completely successful. Next, TAMS is very detached from the rest of UNT, and you can almost say it's a separate school. So in order to bridge this gap, I'm working in RHA next year at the McConnell Hall Association president to try to have more events with other UNT residence halls with the TAMS Hall, but also as an SGA senator, I hope to be able to communicate the issues that UNT is facing to the TAMS students, as well as encouraging them to work together. And finally, freedom. The thing about TAMS is that, yes, we are a group, our student body is comprised of minors, so there are some restrictions, but sometimes the staff and administration at TAMS is still continues to oppress certain groups in our student body. So I want to make sure as the TAMS's SGA senator to create a safe environment where any student or organization can express their thoughts and do the things they are passionate about without getting restrictions or oppression from the admin. And thank you for listening, and I hope to get your support.
Hello, thank you so much, Kevin. Moving forward from there, I'm so sorry, I might mispronounce your name, Sarvik. Hello.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Okay. I'm Satvik Sankovali, and I'm running for TAM senator. So as the TAM senator, I think we have an entirely different viewpoint from the rest of UNT. From what I've heard from the previous senators speaking, we have completely different priorities. Where I stand in my campaign is on two specific issues. And I want to prioritize these specific issues above all else because they affect TAM students the most. The first is equity. This is honestly the most important or the most obvious issue in the Texas Academy of Math and Science. The previous senator emphasized this a lot, doing a lot of things actually, passing bills like, for example, putting gender pronouns in McConnell Hall, the only hall that didn't have it. So this has been a lasting issue, and I hope to continue the legacy of trying to fight for equity in the TAMS community. Currently, it's like a bubble, and I basically just want to burst it. Second, I think there's a really big problem with communication, not only with UNT and TAMS, but with TAMS administration and the TAMS students. There's a bigger systematic problem, and I think we really need to close that communication gap in order to more effectively serve the TAMS population and generally the UNT population. Especially in the light of the coronavirus pandemic, we know that rumors get around fast, and it's very easy for the administration to get very, very behind. And I think we can do a lot of key things, especially by working with the TAM students and trying to modernize our communication approach in order to be more effective and more efficient. And the reason I believe I will be effective in this role is because I have extensive experience with legislation and public speaking, having participated in debate, Model UN, teen court, student government, and countless other events that have basically built my skill set. And for that reason, I hope you consider me for TAM senator.
Thank you so much. Stephanie, would you like to go up next? Stephanie, I'm so sorry.
Right. Hello, everyone. I am Stephania Santos. I am running for a Senate seat in the College of Liberal Arts and Social Sciences, and I am a double major in political science and journalism. As someone who highly values the needs of my community and voicing the concerns of those around me, I feel that by joining student government would be the perfect way to exemplify that civic duty. I strive to be a representative for individuals like myself that care deeply of current events and their consequences. So some things that I'm very passionate in advocating for are things such as immigration rights and protection, environmental awareness and sustainability, supporting the LGBTQ community, and bringing overall greater representation to people of color. I feel that these are often marginalized groups that are overlooked in policymaking and just neglected. So I'd like to bring light to that. I also prioritize social justice and hope to better my community through pushing for legislation that best serves their constituent interests. I'm highly invested in journalism, so that's provided me with plenty of experience interacting with people, as I love like approaching people and finding out, what they need, what they want in life, all that good stuff. I'm also extremely politically invested, especially since we are experiencing a unique climate at the moment. So something that I really want to push for through the College of Liberal Arts as a senator would be increasing voter participation and political literacy. I think it's crucial to be educated about what's going on right now in government, and that means who's running for office, what their campaigns mean, and what your vote means overall. So I truly aspire to be the embodiment of representation, especially regarding people that make up my community, and I strive to do that through student government. So yeah, I just want to wrap things up by saying hope everyone is being safe, staying active as best as possible, and staying optimistic during this time, as we will get through this. I'm excited to see how everyone's campaign goes this week. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Estefania. With that being said, Jeffrey, would you like to go up? Hello, Jeffrey? Hello? Okay. I think that will be concluding everyone, unless someone has not gone up yet. Has everyone gone? All right. With that being said, now that everyone has gone through their 2-minute presentation of themselves, we will now be going into our question section, where we will be asking the senators one of two questions prepared by the student body. With that being said, we're going to be starting off with Casey. Casey, would you like to come on to the screen?
Yeah.
Hello, how are you? Okay. So the question is, given with this current time period, within this upcoming fall, how do you plan to outreach more to the students of UNT, being that there will be a little bit of a lackluster of people within like wanting to be involved, especially after this time period?
Well, I think a big thing is we focus on, everyone on campus as a, huge area to focus on. But a large base of UNT is also the commuter group. And, they're coming from off campus from these cities around Denton. And I think it's very important to reach out to them when it comes to, safety and also being involved on campus, especially in SGA, because we talk about SGA being for everyone, even commuters online and people that live on campus. So, involving legislation that even involves them is very important. Having programs and policies that apply to them and, assist them on their time at UNT.
All right, that's perfect. Does that fulfill your answer for the question?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Up next, David, would you like to come up?
Hi.
Hello, David. Okay, let me just give me 1 second so I can pull up the question. For your question, how can you ensure to the student body that the ideas you advocate for will be implemented once you're a senator? I'm I can't hear you. The you're it's off. You're muted. Oh, perfect. Implement it.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah. You want me to read you the question?
Okay. I said a great question. So I think, like I said, if people are informed about what's going on and what I'm proposing, that anything can get done. You have to remember that SGA, the whole purpose of SGA is to represent the student body. And a lot of things that I'm proposing is getting students back at the table. Like I said before, a lot of students are not at the table when it comes to the whole decision-making process. For example, proposing a House of Representatives. It will contain 25 members. Everything is tentative, but it includes people that live in residence hall, people that include minorities, LGBT, commuter students, transfer students, even veterans. We need to create this more inclusive environment where people feel like the voices are heard. So that's why I think it's going to get passed. Because if we want students to be at the table and we provide a platform for it, then it's gonna happen.
Okay. Does that conclude your answer?
Yes, it does.
Perfect. To move on, the next person, Grant, would you like to come up? Hello, Grant. So for your question, give me 1 second. Again, your question is going to be the first question I really ask. Given the current state we are in, what would be some of the plans you would like to put in place to outreach to more students within this upcoming fall semester when possibly we will be returning from the current situation we are in?
Well, besides having the already communications director of SGA reach out and do more for campaigns and more social media awareness, I believe how our biggest problem is the involvement is getting more people, the commuters and everything like that. We need to be able, how David just said, bring them back to the table. In order to do this, and then this influctuation and better communicating for the fall, it's really just, we need to make ourselves more inclusive and let them know, because when I was campaigning, a lot of the questions asked were, what even is SGA? And I had to go and explain to them. And I said, we are for students. We are your government. We are ready here to get you to the table, as it were, and just continue bringing more people to the table and more campaign awareness, more going out, maybe reaching more of the commuters, maybe something like that. It's all just depends on the best possible way to reach everybody's voice. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Grant. Up next, can Hector, would you like to come up?
Yes.
Hello. Okay. So for your question, how can you ensure to the student body that the ideas that you are advocating for will be implemented once you are a senator?
So I will implement them because those issues that I have listed out, they're issues that are close to me. So I would be motivated to make sure that there's an impact on the campus. Uh, as I'm a minority, so I want to make sure that our voice is heard on campus, and to make sure that there's a safe culture and that everybody feels safe around campus. So I would make sure to implement them as quickly as possible and to have as big an impact on campus as I can.
All right, thank you so much. Will that complete your answer, Hector?
Yes.
Oh, perfect. Moving forward, Kevin, will you come up?
Yeah.
There we go. Okay, your question again will be that first question I've been asking. The question is, um, given the current situation we are in, how do you plan to outreach in the future within the fall semester to create a larger impact to more students? Given that we, as senators, you don't only represent your constituents, you do represent the entire student body as well.
So in order to reach more students, I think we just need to show our community exactly how versatile UNT is, whether it be computer science, medicine, or the arts. So in order to do this, I think we should do more targeted outreach to more niche communities, such as or specifically for art or specifically for medicine, because UNT does do a lot of work in the back end, whether it be creating new degree programs so people can graduate faster, or to creating new double majors or whatever in order for them to be more competitive in the workforce. So I agree with what the previous senator said about reaching out to more like the untapped communities at UNT right now, including like the commuters and even TAMs. The TAM students barely know what's going on inside UNT themselves, even though they go to school at UNT. So by targeting more niche communities that aren't really touched by UNT, but UNT has the facilities to satisfy their needs, as well as communicating with communities at UNT that are currently less connected, are my two thoughts. Thank you.
All right, does that complete your answer?
Yes.
Okay, give me 1 second. Up next is going to be Savik.
Yes, hello.
All right. So again, you're going to be having the second question. How can you ensure to the student body and your constituents that the ideas you are advocating for will be implemented once you are a senator?
Okay, so as I said in my last answer, I think I have a good skill set to build off of in going into a Senate seat. I think I have a lot of experience with legislation and student government. And I think that allows me to be, I would say, a sort of foundation for students to build their ideas off of. And I think this will be effective because, as a lot of the previous senators said, if the students are behind it, are behind a cause, it has a very high chance of getting through the Senate, of actually passing. And I think that because, like, over the past year, I've volunteered a ton in the Denton community. I've met some really incredible and really passionate people. And what I know about them and what I've learned from them is how to be proactive, and that if somebody is passionate about something, they'll find a way to get stuff done. So I want to be a vehicle for people, or for the TAMS community, to actually make some institutional change that actually comes from the students themselves.
All right, thank you so much. Up next, Stefania.
Hello.
Hello. So how do you plan to outreach to more students within this upcoming fall semester, given the current situation we are in?
All right. So due to well, the current situation we are in, we're kind of living in an odd time, I would say. We in just a short amount of weeks, we've adjusted to like a new norm, and we've gone from socially interacting to doing most things online. So I highly anticipate that in this coming up fall semester, that transition back to in-person class is going to be major, especially since it's just a big adjustment we're gonna have to do. So I think that something really crucial to work on is focusing on people's mental health and, you know, their physical and emotional states, especially because we want to make that transition as easy as possible, even though we're kind of already used to this new norm of social distancing. So I do think that, you know, making sure everyone feels at ease and safe in this transitional time is truly crucial. That is all.
Thank you so much. Moving forward, I believe that is everyone, unless Jeffrey. I don't think. Okay, good. I think that will complete everything, unless anyone who has not gone would like to come up. That will be concluding our first senatorial meet and greet. I would like to thank everyone for coming to watch, and I would like to also thank all the senators who came to present themselves today. I look forward to all of y'all when you tune in to tomorrow to the next senatorial meet and greet this upcoming Thursday. All right.